Right, all you metalheads, this is DJ REM. You're listening to the Crush Beyond Dust show on Metal Devastation Radio. And I have Matt from the band, Red Tide Rising. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Very cool, very cool. So, why don't you, if you don't mind, start by introducing yourself and your spot and the other members of the band as well.
Yeah, my name is Matt Whiteman. I am the lead singer of Red Tide Rising. And the other members are my brother, who plays guitar, is Andrew Whiteman. And then we got Matt Guerin, who plays the drums. And then our bass player's name is Michael LeBois.
Okay, and how long has the band been together?
This been in formation a couple of weeks, but the band itself has been together for about four to 5 years.
Okay, very cool. And what's going on with you guys right now? What do you guys have lined up for live shows and such?
Yeah, we got a couple one-off dates that we're doing. One's down in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then we're doing a Wounded Warriors fundraising show down in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, very cool.
Start up at the end of this month, August 22nd and 23rd.
Okay, very cool. That's a great cause, man. Props.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one. And then we do have a couple shows in here in Denver of just doing some local only stuff, and then opening up for Nothing More.
All right.
So it's sounding pretty cool. And then we're working on a major national tour for the fall and winter right now.
Very cool. Hopefully you'll make it to Michigan, because that's where I'm at.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll get up there with the tour.
Yeah, I hope you do. Because I know a couple venues that you probably would be perfect for. So, what's I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we've played in Michigan before, up in Traverse City back in 2012 in this moment, and we had a great time out there.
Yeah, very good. So let's talk about the album that's out. So I just recently got the album, The Rising, and so I guess tell me a little bit about where you guys recorded this at and how long it's been out.
Yeah, we released it last year, October, towards the end of the month, and this really was our first album where we put a lot of production into it, and we had producers and stuff like that. It was all recorded here in Denver, Colorado, in a studio that a lot of bands have used, and experienced engineers. Studio was called Silo Sound Studio.
Okay.
And we actually met one of our producers there who worked with various artists, including from all different genres, including Stained, Kelly Clarkson, Randy Jackson, just a bunch of different acts.
That's pretty sweet.
And it was a really great process working with him.
Yeah, I bet that having worked with all those different music genres, I bet that brought a lot of variety for you guys.
Yeah, it was a good first production album from us. We learned a lot of things during it by working with him. His name's Jeff Cannon. He was one of the producers, and he just showed us a lot of different ways to make an album go from good to great. Just the tiny things that you don't normally hear in an album, that really behind the scenes stuff, and it was really cool to learn all those things.
Very good. And I also have to ask you, because I think it's really cool, the album cover. Who made that design for you guys? I love the...
Oh, yeah. It was done by a local artist here in Denver, Colorado. His name's Adam Rhodes, and we went to high school together with him. And this guy is just insane what he makes. I mean, he did the ship for us, and he did some previous artwork for our EP before this album called Inferno. And he pretty much created our mascot, I guess we could call it. It's pretty much a melting man, and yeah, it's really cool.
So how does that work? Did you kind of give him an idea of what you wanted, or did you give him some music and say make something that fits with this? I mean, how did that work?
Yeah, we gave him. I think it was just a couple tracks of the album because we were still writing it when he started working on it. But one day he just went to like Starbucks and he painted the thing in a couple hours and then
Wow.
sent it to us. And he's like, "Is this good?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, this album's badass."
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Big props to him.
Yeah.
So how often do you guys get together and practice? What's kind of like your normal routine?
Normal routine when we're not doing much shows is once a week. When we're about to get ready to do shows, we try to get 2 to 3 times a week. So we're really serious about getting the rehearsals in and getting everything fine-tuned for when we go out, because we do use a lot of stage enhancing stuff like a light show and built-in integrated cryo to our tunes. I mean, we go one step above the usual. You'll see us with lights and all that stuff.
Okay, well, it sounds like a killer show to me. Get to Michigan.
Yeah.
So, what got you guys into music, or I guess even for you in particular? What kind of influences did you have growing up, and even to this day, that got you into this and made you want to do this?
Oh yeah, I started out very young at the age of 9, just doing AC/DC covers and a couple other classic rock covers, because basically my brother got a guitar for I think it was his 11th birthday or something like that when he was younger, and he started learning guitar, and it just kind of seemed like music just took to us right away, and we both got involved with music and doing the whole cover band at a very young age, and getting the experience of just playing together and learning the pathways. It was really cool. But my influences for modern now would be more on the side of I got a lot of influence with Perfect Circle, School. I really like Maynard James Keenan's vocal styles and all that. Couple things I really enjoy about Chad Gray from Mudvayne, and Hell Yeah, just the way he's wild with his vocals and stuff. Bill from All That Remains is definitely a big influence for me, especially for this next album that we're working on. And I'd say just bands, a hard-hitting sound, and have aggressive vocals to them.
Yeah, it sounds good. And just so the listeners know, after the interview, right now I have 3 tracks lined up. I have 213, the other side, and We Are the Hunted, and I'll probably throw a couple more tracks. So I'm going to give them a good taste of Red Tide Rising after the interview. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the Rising is more on the melodic side than compared to those bands that I described, but they're still definitely a huge influence into us and our work. As we develop our sound, that's sort of the elements that are going into it.
Right. Very cool. So, how did you guys come up with the name of the band? Where does Red Tide Rising come from?
Really, it's just as simple as it sounded cool.
That works.
Yeah, right? There's not really much to it. We were just, naming the band, and that just appeared to be the most popular option.
The most popular, like you guys took a vote.
Yeah. I mean, we were young when we started. I mean, it was middle school, high school for us when we started Right Side Up. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So, before I forget, I want to give a big shout out to Dave Tedder for hooking us up for the interview. That guy rocks. He always sends me killer bands, so big props to him.
Yeah, he's a great part on our side too. Setting up all these interviews. Definitely appreciate you taking up the time and doing this for us.
Yeah, definitely, no problem. I think he's tuned in too, maybe. So
probably.
I should say he better be. So, how having this band and making this work for you guys, has it been a tough process for you guys, or have things went pretty smoothly?
Yeah, I'd definitely say it's an eye-opener for us. Definitely not what I expected when I started dreaming about, being a rock star and all that. Definitely didn't realize how much work it actually took, and really I now understand why they say it's called paying the dues, because it's a grind, and not everything goes the way you want it to, and it's just part of how it shapes you and defines the band that you become.
So has that, or I mean, I guess what I was trying to say is, with this next album, do you think this next album, the way you're writing it or have written it, it kind of has been transformed from those changes?
Oh, hugely. Since we started writing The Rising just right before 2013 started up. I think we started writing the first initial songs in December of 2012, but we have learned a ton since then. Not only skill and instrument-wise, but how the whole industry works and stuff like that. And this next album that we're working on, I don't think people are going to recognize that it came from us once they first hear it, because it's shaping up to be just incredibly very different than our current release.
Okay. Well, make sure when it's out and ready, make sure you get it my way so I can play it and push it as well. Because I will gladly do that for you guys. So, where's a good place for people to find out more about the band? What social networking and websites do you guys use?
We've got our own website, which is redtiderising.com, but we are on all the social networking sites, Twitter, Facebook. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/redtiderising. And from there, we got all the links to like our SoundCloud and Reverb Nation and a couple other social media sites there. But wherever social media is, we're on it.
Okay, very good. And now this next question is specifically for you, since the rest of the guys are not here, they lose.
Exactly.
If I grabbed your iPod or MP3 player, however you like to listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
Oh, probably, I got Trivium, In Flames, All That Remains, little Five Finger Death Punch from the beginning of them, their first album. Couple newer bands like Gemini Syndrome.
Good stuff.
Really digging the new Non-Point release that just came out.
Uh-huh.
And, I'd say a couple classics like Metallica and AC/DC and a couple other big guys on there. But, pretty much that about sums it up on there.
Okay, cool. I got to throw a band at you if you have not ever heard of them. Have you heard of the band Surrender the Fall?
I think I have.
You should, if you haven't, or if you're not sure, check them out. Those guys they're really cool. I'm actually going to see them this Friday night.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that.
So they're real good too. So how would you define? And I'm going to guess that this has changed since you said things are, your view and eyes have really opened with this band. So, but what would you say your hopes and aspirations are for the band? I mean, where do you guys hope to be in a couple years, I guess?
In a couple of years, we hope that we can be doing our own headlining tours across the United States, and in most of the states that we can get, and maybe have a top-selling album on the charts. That'd be really, really crazy and really great. And also some festivals, like Mayhem and Rock the Range, stuff like that. That'd be really cool to be on as well.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if maybe she fell asleep or maybe she's tuned in and just not in the chat, but Loretta from Freedom to Rock. She said she's like a huge fan of you guys, and she may be tuned in right now. So she was looking forward to the interview. I know that.
Oh, very cool.
I'm not sure if you guys are on her site, Freedom to Rock, or not. So
I think we are. That name sounds familiar.
yeah, she's awesome too.
We definitely have.
This is the thing that I love about what I get to do with interviewing bands and stuff. I mean, there's so many great connections out there, and they get the opportunity to talk to you guys and to play your music is it's huge for me. So thank you.
Oh, thanks for having us on. It's like you said, the networking as well helps us as well.
Well, and especially with the way the industry is these days, if you're not networking, you're not going to go very far.
Yeah, it's true. You're not doing much.
Definitely. So, What would you say set you guys apart from all the other bands out there? What are people going to get when they come to your live show?
Oh, they're going to get something they're not expecting from the level band that we are. Like I was saying earlier, that we really like to make the live show as much as possible that we can do with production. We use the light show integrated with our songs. We have cryo, which is CO2 blasts that shoot off. They're really cool looking, and we just like to get a nice groove on. Get the people moving, and we practice a lot, so we try to get as close as possible to how we record it. Because I can't stand when bands take a lot of production in their CD and then they just sound like they're half-assing it live. There's none of that in Red Side Rising.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying. I mean, my hope when I go see a band live is they sound as good or better than they do on their album. So, because if they don't, it's just all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of auto-tune and a bunch of other behind-the-scenes stuff.
Auto-tune, what's that? Oh, listen to the top 40. You'll hear lots of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you guys at a live show you've done that you're willing to talk about?
There's a lot of cool stuff that's happened to us and crazy stuff that happened to us. Like I was saying, we toured with the band In This Moment in 2012 before they did their Blood album release, and one of the dates, actually the last date of the tour, was a combined show with Hatebreed on them.
Nice.
And that was just one of the coolest shows ever, because you had the intense crowd from Hatebreed that was really digging our stuff, and it was really cool to see that, because we're more melodic than heavy, at least for the album, and it was really, really crazy just to see them just getting into our stuff and doing their pits and stuff like that to our music.
Nice. Okay, very cool. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, now is time for the most important question of the interview, so I hope you're ready.
Okay, lay it on me.
Which one of you guys in the band spends the most time in front of a mirror before you go live on stage?
Oh, man. I'd say it's probably equal, because we put on some face paint to kind of get into character of our. Basically, our whole theme for the Rising is sort of a double side. Like the song "Other Side" sums it up pretty good. That there's the negative and positive on that. So we like to do that, and our music video shows how we look on stage. And so it's just, like I said, our stage show, we put a lot of effort into it, and even what we wear on stage goes into it, because I had a custom stage jacket and stage pants made by a clothing design company that does all the big guys, like artists from anywhere from like Trivium to even Journey. It's like right now, it's pretty crazy, but it's a really cool design. but yeah, I'd say we all are the are the mirror people.
Okay, that's cool. For me, the best part of that question, I mean, I enjoy the whole answer, but the best part for me is the reaction I get when I ask that question.
Yeah.
Most people are not expecting it. That's why I love it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that we're just used to now.
Very good. All right. Is there anything else you would like to say about the band? Anything I have not asked that you want to make sure people know?
Just check us out on our social sites, and we look forward to releasing our next project onto the world once we get it more figured out. And stay tuned for more Red Tide Rising.
Okay. Well, once again, I want to give you a big, huge thanks for taking the time to do the interview and call in. And like I said, I got a bunch of tracks lined up we're going to play to give everybody a good taste of Red Tide Rising. So thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on as well.
So if you can just hang on the line for a minute. So don't go anywhere. Okay, everybody, this is DJ REM. You just listened to a killer interview with the band Red Tide Rising. And right now, let's start with, you know what? Let's start with The Other Side. Why not? That sounds like a great track. Okay, crank it up, everybody.
Why can't you hear me? Why won't you wake? There's no reason to recite in darker days, but it's too late. You've only drowned yourself. Drown yourself. Running, I don't try to find the thing that's killing you inside. Don't look back or you will be forced to make it final. Your body's beating and not awake. Caught in this place we know we escape. Lost in your afflictions, remain the same. On the other side. Why won't you listen? Why can't you see? You're so far away from reality, but it's too late. You've only hurt yourself. Hurt yourself. Running, I don't try to find the thing that's killing you inside. Don't look back or you won't be forced to make it final. Your heart is beating and not awake. Caught in this place we know we escape. Lost in your afflictions, remain the same. On the other side. Barely breathing, you're barely alive. Controlled by this nightmare the rest of your life. But it's too late. You've all but lost this fight. Your heart is beating, you're not awake. God in